Anybody who's watching this after the fact, questions may also be emailed in by sending an email to hello, HELLO, at theworldofwoo.com. We're going to open with Jackie channeling Christ consciousness, who has some opening statements for us.
So, thank you, everyone, for being here and taking the time for showing up. Most importantly is that you say yes to your own spiritual growth, which is very much needed at this time, as well as for your own personal evolution. I want to teach you all a technique. You are now in a quiet place, thanks to Lauren's meditation, which calms and quiets the mind. The technique I wish to show you all is the light switch technique. Think of an old-fashioned light switch. We want to turn on the switch. So let's quiet back down if you're not already there, and visualize this light switch. Turn it on. And by doing this, you are shown and open to the universal field of energy. It is pure consciousness, pure love. You can access anything, everything, even me. However, most people do not take the time. And as you navigate through this field of energy, it may look like an electrical circuit board of lights twinkling, of the energy flowing, and it is vast. You can get lost in it, so to speak. There is unlimited wisdom, information, and love. Can everyone feel this, see this? I hope so, because it is this place where you can go for your answers, your own healings, your own direct connection to your guides, angels. So it is a technique that I am sharing with all of you. You can go to this place at any time you wish. I am open to anyone's questions.
Thank you. I want to express the group's gratitude for you being here with us today. And I'd like to open with a question to help clarify the difference between mediumship and channeling for the group.
This is a great question. Thank you for asking. I think as humans, you get caught up in what channeling is or is not. Most people are familiar with TV personalities of mediums. Primarily, mediums are conscious and are able to hear, see, feel the person that has moved on to the other side. Channeling is a direct connection to a higher being, power, and the person, the channeler, has stepped aside, meaning Jackie has stepped aside so that I am able to speak through her. She is conscious, however, she does not necessarily remember all the words and questions and answers that are spoken because she has stepped aside, allowing me to preside. She does have other abilities that I am working on with her. It takes great courage along with trust, belief, and faith in doing this type of work because in prior lifetimes, people were burned, drowned, stoned, etc. So to overcome this fear and doubt, which is the great disruptor of things, is and can be a challenge. However, through our writings, she has learned a great deal. It is through these writings that she has evolved into accepting her life's mission. But there is much more to her story as to why I am coming through. She has had a past life when I was on Earth. And because of this, she has the connection with me. And I have always promised to be with her through many lifetimes, through many challenges. And it is only through this lifetime that she has understood, as well as right now her life is cleared so that my messages can take priority in her life, as well as speaking to those who are in need of hearing these messages. I know that was a long answer. Does that help answer the differences?
Yes, thank you. I would like to one more clarification.
Yes.
When we describe who we're speaking with, we use the term Christ consciousness. And my understanding is that is a group consciousness. Are we currently speaking with a singular consciousness or a singular person? Or is this a group that we're speaking to?
So Jackie had the same question, and she could not accept the church's beliefs or reasonings of how this all worked. And what I explained to her that my mission And the reason why I had to incarnate was to die and be, let's see, brought into the ethers so that everyone can access my vibration. So I was a single man that incarnated at a very high vibrational level, especially at that time. I had many teachings that are not in the Bible, or the Bible was written by many men. Somehow, my teachings were not included in the Bible. Now, my mission was I knew I had to die on the cross, but I did not feel pain as a normal human being because I was, still am, at a higher vibrational level. And because of that, that vibrational level has gone into the ethers, into this pure energy field of vibration, so that everyone, not just Catholics, not just Christians, everyone can access this knowledge, this wisdom, this vibration, this energy, this healing, this love, this joy. This is a hard concept to understand and fathom for human beings. But once I explained it to Jackie, she understood. The light bulb went off, so to speak. So that's why I am back here through her, as well as through many other channels that channel me, because they are also tuning in to my vibrational level at various parts of the world. And the messages are the same. There may be a different tweak to them due to cultural events, attitudes, because I want these messages out to everyone.
Thank you. I'm now going to open this the question answer session up to anybody who'd like to raise their hand in the Zoom chat, and I'll call on you once you raise your hand. Go ahead, Kathy.
Thank you. Hello, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to connect and communicate with you. I think we all are going through vast changes in our own awakening journey. My life has turned around and is going in a completely different direction than I ever would have imagined. However, I still feel where I am is not my ultimate life's mission. I feel that this is a stepping stone. How do we find out what our ultimate mission is and even determine if we have the skills for it? You're smiling.
Well, thank you for asking that question, and it is an honor to answer it. Again, I go back to this light switch technique. It is a method. You can practice this. It allows you to plug in to this vastness of energy field. This is where you can connect to higher beings, for they are all around you. These are also angels, archangels, masters, high-level beings. They are of the light. This is how you find your answers. Now, there seems to be a little hesitation, maybe a little fear of the unknown, maybe a little doubt. This is how you work through it, for you have these abilities. Now, whether you want to accept them, acknowledge them, agree with them, and go forward is maybe another question. But once you connect to this field, you will get answers. And they may surprise you with the answers that you may not be expecting. It's this expectation of trying to control what you want to do. It may not be what you're thinking you want to do. So be open, and it's okay. Have no fear. It is of the light, and you will be given a new life, a new answers, which are not really new, or we all incarnate with what we have agreed to do. And you've heard this before. It's a play. We choose the characters, the actors. You choose what you want to work on, whatever it is, love, hate, I don't know, could be something else. It could be a sickness, could be patience. As you practice turning on this light switch and connecting, the more you do it, the quieter you'll get, so that you can hear, see, however you perceive your answers, they will come to you. Trust those answers, for they are coming directly from the universal field of love, pure love.
Thank you. If I could have just a part B to that
Sure.
question. I have tried to connect to the field almost my entire life, and I think it's my logic that is stopping me. It's not fear. I think I'm looking for a method or a recipe, and therefore I get very discouraged when it doesn't happen. Is the light switch technique the best way for me to connect?
Yes. For this is one of the ways Jackie started, and it is a very visual way to think of it for your logical mind. Now, you can start to plug in and quiet your mind, which is the ego side of things. We're trying to control, put expectations on ourselves, and we want to calm that, quiet it, so that when you do turn your light switch on, you're shifting your perspective from the ego side to the side of, that's what it feels like, a release, a plug in to an energy field that is just joy. I know for Jackie, her experience has been when she's meditating, and she does this once, definitely a day, if not twice, she focuses her eye movement from always figuring on the details of the day or an event or something. And then once she realizes, well, wait a minute, the light switch goes on, her eye movement shifts to now she sees pale yellow and pale greens and pale blues, and she's in a different realm. She's in a quiet zone. And then as she has done this more and more, it has allowed her entire being to calm down, become more peaceful and quiet, so that when she does more guided meditations, she's able to stay in the guided meditation versus thinking her ego side of the various topics of the day. I tell you these details because maybe it's happened to you, or maybe it will happen to you and you don't know it just yet. It's a very calming, soothing, loving experience. So breathe, relax, focus on your body, allow it to happen instead of controlling it and trying to make it happen. It all starts with a breath.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful for that answer.
You're welcome.
Please raise your hand if you're ready to ask a question. I'd like to ask a question on behalf of someone who'd like to be referred to as RM. The question begins, I'm at a crossroads. I'd like to get some guidance on my mom's house. Do I keep the property and invest in repairs, or let it go and use the funds elsewhere?
Is your mom still living?
No,
Are there any other siblings, family?
there are aunts involved.
Are there any ties to the land that are from family that is still living?
There's a history. As far as ties to land, it is more of a sentimental tie.
So, land that has been in the family for quite some time, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Does this person feel compelled to have this house, land, and live in it comfortably? Or is this something that needs to be unloaded quickly because they don't want any part of the land?
there is because of the death, there is an issue with custody of the property. But RM would like to, her initial thought is to hold on to it, but the other family members want to sell
Mm.
for financial reasons. So she's at a crossroads,
Mm.
determining whether the best action is to, I don't know if the right word is fight, but to work on keeping this property for her family, or to release and allow the group to sell.
That is something that she needs to quiet herself and ask her guides, because there are many reasons people retain houses, especially if it's from parents, a family home, and there's certain ties. I'm talking in regards to emotional ties or just ties that keep a person in a certain place emotionally. It's her gut feeling that she needs to really check in with. If she feels compelled to keep the house for her own purposes, she could buy out the others if she's able to. But again, she really needs to consult her guides as to what her best options are, what she feels emotionally, energetically.
Thank you. I think this is a good segue for a general question. When we talk about guides, are guides with us always? Are they chosen for us, or do we choose them? And what is the best way to have a more direct connection and communication with our guides?
So when a soul is ready to incarnate, they choose their family, their lessons to work on, and they have masters, guides, angels that surround them prior to coming into a life, into being a human being. And these masters and guides and angels, archangels, stay with the person as they go through a lifetime. Now, some people are able to perceive, hear, see, communicate with these guides while in life form, and some are not able to do this. Look at Lauren, for example. She got hit by a car. It forced her to wake up and understand her lessons, her guides. For she was hearing, seeing, perceiving these guides, angels, masters, but she really wasn't accepting. It took getting hit by a car, and she had other moments of wake up. However, she chose not to because of how she was. She had to get hit by a car with such force that it almost knocked her soul out of her body so she could say yes. Now, that is one extreme example, but she chose the hard way, whereas Jackie was wanting this. But again, she was not of the means, meaning she was open, but she needed to work through many life's lessons. And she really wanted to see, hear, feel, perceive all her guides, her angels, and whatnot. Finally, it happened for her, but she was on a more, how do you say things now, soft rollout of events. We worked a long time on this, lifetimes. But Again, she is able to perceive me. Now, everyone can perceive, hear, see, feel, talk, communicate to their guides, their angels, their masters, but not everybody does. And it's because of the walls people put up, the fear, the doubt, the idea that somebody else, you look to somebody else for the answers, maybe a medium, maybe a psychic, maybe another friend, versus connecting within yourself to this unified field. So, yes, we all have these guides, masters that we come in with. You can definitely access them, for they are communicating to you all the time. It's the person's perception ability to listen. If you don't have the opportunity of listening, you can't see, hear, perceive your guides and their messages. So again, turning on this light switch provides a time of listening. Does that answer? I know that was a long answer.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I'm going to allow Lauren to ask the next question.
Sure. So one of the questions, I would just like to kind of follow up on Kathy's question about connecting to the field, especially since I myself fought it hard and long, and had to get hit by a car in order to pause long enough. But I think that's two parts. One part is opening your antenna to be open to receiving information, but then the other part is recognizing it. Can you help us understand what the breadcrumbs are to know when we are connected to the field?
Yes. So not everyone can meditate in such a way that is prescribed as various Maharishis and whatnot. But we all do quiet down at some point. And you may quiet down while you're doing a chore, washing the dishes, driving. Driving is a great meditation. However, you need to do it safely. Whatever it takes for a person to quiet down enough to allow the connection to your guides, to the unified field. Then, once your ears are opened, you may hear answers at that moment, or you may get the answers at another time, maybe doing dishes or driving or cutting the grass. But the person's ability to witness their own incoming thoughts or answers is of great value. So, thank you. There are two parts to this. One is the ability to quiet down, plugging into this unified field. The second part is being able to witness and experience the answers. And you may not get a direct answer at the time of your question. This is what I have worked with Jackie for 2-3 years. She started automatic writing, and she was able to hear the answers after she wrote the question. But we practiced how to connect through meditation for her, for she likes to calm down, space out, if you will, quiet her mind, which is very soothing to her, especially if you have a place, a special place where you go in the sense of your home. You look at the trees, the birds, nature of some way, and that presents a start to the process. Breathe in the fresh air, open a window slightly given the weather, and notice the natural habitat around you. And that can be done quite easily as you are sipping your coffee in the morning.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a scheduled, set aside time production. It
Not
can
at
just be
all.
when there's a moment.
However, it works for the person. Some people get their quietness through listening to music, soothing music, or creating art, pottery, walking in nature, whatever helps the person to quiet their mind. And that is the monkey mind, as you all know it, the chatter. Quiet that. How do you do that? What can help you do that? There's many ways to get there.
So how do we know when we're getting the signs and signals, where they're coming from, or if it's just coincidence or if it's synchronicity? How do we know the difference? What's going on?
You can ask your guide for sure to say, is this what you mean by whatever the answer is? You can, some people ask for, if this is really what I need to do, show me, some people say, show me a white feather within 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Some people use a pendulum. Does this work? As long as they know the signs and how to use a pendulum. Some people can use their body as the pendulum. There are many ways to ask if this is the right direction for you to go in.
For myself, I had to say, show me. But then, because I'm dense, I would ask, okay, show me. Then help me recognize that it's a sign. And then help me understand what to do with the sign.
Mm. Those are all valid points, for everyone learns so very differently. And it is how to recognize your own ability to see signs like that and answers. I know for Jackie, she is a very visual person. So I have had many times where we are in meditation and I am speaking to her and then showing her visions in her mind's eye. And I tell her, write down these answers. And she starts to write, but yet I am moving too fast for her that she has to record it on her phone. And again, you have to understand what works for you as an individual. Not everybody learns and understands the same way. You, Lauren, have come up with a system that works for you. But once you start to see, hear, feel, and answer, your gut will know, this is something I need to pay attention to. And then you can verify, validate, confirm by way of modality of a pendulum or some other means that works for you.
So we can try various means to see what it is that's going to work.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
You're learning.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about, learning how to progress and evolve. For if you say, for instance, oh, I tried meditating, it doesn't work for me, and I can't quiet my mind down, and it doesn't work for me.
Yep.
Well, that method, modality, doesn't work for you. Try staring at a candle flame. Try walking in nature. Try just breathing in nature from inside when it's winter, even though now we are in spring, which is a wonderful time of year of growing. And think about that. Right now, you are all here listening, hearing, and wanting to evolve, wanting to grow into a more spiritual person. For you all know that we are spiritual beings having a physical existence. This is basic. Now, how do you evolve?
So is it possible for us to, all of us, get to a point where we're connected constantly or voluntarily or on demand, however you want to look at it?
And I chuckle because you already know that answer. You know where
For
we're
me,
going
yes.
because you and Jackie have had these moments where, yeah, you know these answers. You ask these questions to provide for other people to understand. But yes, that is why you run into people, and there is no coincidence. You should all know that right now, right? We all know that. These people that are put in your path have a reason why they are put in your path. You may not know the reason, and it may take you a while to figure it out or to understand it because you may have limiting beliefs, but you will eventually get with the program and understand the bigger picture at some point and know that whoever is in your path is there for a reason, giving you information, helping you along the way, like I am for Jackie. I tell her, I give her breadcrumbs. She is to follow them. And because of that, it has taken her some time to trust, believe, and have faith. And it sounds so easy and so simple, but yet it is hard because of outside influences, past life experiences of when you did this before, you died, not a pleasant death.
Well, we're doing it now.
Yes. And thank you all to saying yes, for you have said yes. You just may not realize it now, but you will, because there is a reason why we are all here, why we are all connected, and it is to raise the level of vibration of consciousness, especially now. And we are in need of doing this. This is why I have come through, Jackie, to spread these messages that I've been saying for many, many, many years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to open up for any final questions. If we have no further questions, I'd like to thank you again for attending today and giving us your feedback. Look forward to continuing the conversation and sharing your messages. Eternally grateful.
Thank you all for attending, for helping Lauren and Jackie to create a safe space and sharing messages and being fearless in asking questions and being open to these messages for Lauren's group as well as myself. We are of the light and we are working together to help provide these messages for many, many, many people. So thank you all.